Hey guys, Urban Combat Survivor here. I'm going to do a video. This is kind of a story video about something that happened when I was a teenager. Um, and you know what? I'm not going to give you the moral of the story. Take away from it what you're going to take away from it. I guess everybody's going to see their own worldview in this story. I guess I was I don't know 18, and at the time I was working at KFC, and I was in my car driving home after one night after closing. We'd worked really late. It was there was a lot of times where we worked late and we would scrub down extra equipment, that kind of thing, make sure the place stayed clean, that kind of stuff. And the manager at the time, who I'm actually really good friends with still, the manager, we hung out at the time, so we'd stick around and bullshit and do some do some extra scrubbing, and sometimes I guess get a case of beer or whatever. And so no drinking this night, but we worked. It was late, and I'm giving him a ride home. He didn't have a car, but the car I'm driving was probably the definition of the word hoopty. This thing, it was a 1983 Subaru GL. It had just a few problems. It didn't have an exhaust. I'm not saying it had an exhaust leak. I'm saying it didn't have an exhaust. At some point, not very long after I'd gotten the car, I put the thing in reverse and I backed over a curb. And I completely ripped the exhaust right from the Y pipe on the manifold. That whole thing ripped off. The whole exhaust was gone. So it didn't have an exhaust. It didn't have a driver's side window. It didn't have floors. The floors had rotted out on the thing before I got it. And when you're a teenager, you'll drive around in some crazy shit, I guess. At least people did where I came from. So it's after work. It's late. It's not a lot of traffic. Driving down Roosevelt Boulevard, which is, for those not from Philly, it's a huge highway. It's Route 1 going through Philadelphia. It's a 12-lane highway that's broken down into 2 3-lane partitions going north and 2 3-lane partitions going south. I'm driving on the inner lanes here, which are the faster lanes, and it sounds like a lawnmower on a megaphone going down the road. Again, no window, no floors. The thing was horrible. The manager is actually sitting in the hatchback because there's another guy sitting in the front seat with me, and you couldn't sit in the back seat because the floors back there were just insane. You'd be doing a Fred Flintstone. So I actually put the seat down, and he's laying in the hatchback. So nobody's got a seatbelt on. This thing, it's pretty much suicide on wheels. I get pulled over by a cop. Cop walks around that car shaking his head. Finally, he walks up to my window, and he's giving me the stink eye, and going back and forth, license, registration. I didn't have insurance on it. The inspection and emission stickers on this thing had expired something like 27 months earlier. When I bought the car, I just never got it inspected. It had been sitting in a friggin' lot somewhere. So, and there's no way it would have ever passed inspections or emissions, so I just didn't bother. The stickers were, expired 2 years or more. So he looks at those stickers, he shakes his head. He asked me where I got the tag on the car from. I told him I found it in the trash, because I had. And I didn't have a license on me. As a matter of fact, I don't think I even had a license at the time. Long story short, I'm screwed. I'm basically fucked. And this cop realizes that I'm wearing a KFC uniform, and that the other guy in the back seat's wearing a KFC uniform. And he says, "Oh yeah, so you work at KFC, huh? Well, I like chicken." So I said, "Oh yeah? What kind of chicken do you like? I'll play the game here." I'm thinking, shit, if I can get out of this on some chicken, because I know I got a lot of tickets coming. So, long story short, that cop came through my drive-thru at KFC probably 5 times. Picked up a 20-piece all-white meat bucket of chicken about 5 times. and I paid for my tickets. Now, I got pulled over in that same car. I should have learned my damn lesson, but kids don't. And I figured I could keep getting away with it. So I got pulled over in that same car probably 2 months later by a different cop. Actually going into work. So it's during the day. This guy pulls me over. And when it was all said and done, this is how I know how much I got away with in tickets. The cop handed me $1,800 in tickets. And there was only $1,800 in tickets because his fucking ticket book ran out. And he told me, look, I'm not going to go get another ticket book for this. I could call another cop and have him bring me a ticket book, but I'm not going to do that. Here's $1,800 in tickets. Get your car fixed. Stop driving. Good thing the guy who got those tickets wasn't me, but anyway. Well, we'll just leave it at somebody to this day still owes a lot of damn money in tickets. But, so, take away from that, I guess, what you want to take away from that. Some people, I guess, will see it as a good story. Yeah, you got away with all those tickets. Some people will see it as a bad story. Oh, you bribed a cop. But I see it as I beat $1,800 worth of tickets for a couple of buckets of chicken. It didn't cost me shit. So, anyway, probably a horrible story. Probably the worst damn video I've ever made. And it'll probably get 7 views. But there it is. There's my story. Hope you enjoyed it. Urban Combat Survivor, signing off.